My name is Gregory Hawkins. I am currently 38 years old, unemployed, not by choice, just by circumstance. I actually was fired from a job, which was my first time in my working history, in my life, actually. Um, but with that being said, I don't necessarily look at that as a bad thing. The loss of income, yes, was bad, but the reality is that I was not doing something that was fulfilling, nor was I doing something that I actually felt like I was making a difference. So, and I don't feel like I was necessarily in the best work environment for me mentally or emotionally as well. Um, Not that it was a bad organization, just not the right fit for me. Um, so anyway, I'm currently in the process of trying to pick up the pieces of my life. I'm a father of two happy, healthy, handsome young boys, as well as an uncle to a happy, healthy, handsome young nephew, and two nephews. My oldest nephew is kind of trying to figure out his way, so uh, I kind of have to lead him to kind of figure out, when he's ready to take those next steps. But I still feel like I'm in a position, hopefully, to affect some change in the lives of my son and my younger nephew. Hopefully, I can set an example that they can follow. But I do also realize that I currently have to work on my own individual life skills before I can teach them how to pursue uh, a better life for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my first step is obviously to get gainfully employed once again, because obviously without any income, it's definitely a struggle. Currently, due to my financial situations, I'm pretty deep in debt at the moment, and so I am having to dig my way out and basically start from scratch, which is not necessarily a worst thing. Not convenient, not fun, but not horrible either. I have my health. I have a loving family. And at the end of the day, I truly believe that I do have the skill set to make it happen. It's just a matter of applying a lot of things that I'm currently learning. I'm actually going through a life skills program now with Step Up Ministries, which is a local program that helps people get back on their feet. Um, and while it's more geared towards people that are, you know, coming out of the penal system, and folks that have, kind of bottomed out, or just coming from, really difficult backgrounds where maybe they haven't had the best opportunities, they also are willing to help people like myself who maybe just have come to a place in their life where um, things haven't gone as planned, or they just haven't operated in a manner that allows them to be the most successful, and they're just looking to rebuild. And so I currently am at that place, and I've finally come to the realization. I've come to the realization that in order to make some positive life changes, that I have to start operating in a different manner, which means uh, functioning in a lot more organized and efficient manner, putting things on paper, making a daily schedule for myself, and trying to live overall healthier lifestyle, whether it be the things that I put in my body, whether it be exercise, reading, praying, meditating, um, and at the same time, not necessarily making this whole process, this whole journey just about myself, but about also helping those around me, as well as um, being more of an asset to the people that I love, and being more helpful, and less selfish. Because, like I said, if they always say the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same things and expect different results. Um, and so I definitely am not insane. So I don't choose to operate like an insane person. Um, so yeah, I think this is worthwhile just because I think there are probably a lot of people uh, that are on similar journeys, but maybe are ashamed or uh, just don't know how to talk about it. Don't feel like anybody's want to listen or anybody can relate, or that they're the only ones that are going through it. But the reality is, there are probably a lot of people out here, out there who are going through very similar experiences, and if not currently in those situations, potentially are headed in that direction. So hopefully, this can help someone um, understand that they're not the only one, and that even if you find yourself in situations that you didn't plan for and that can seem hopeless at times, um, if you're willing to keep digging, there's light at the end of the tunnel. So that's where my journey is beginning. That's where I'm currently at. Uh, I'm optimistic about the possibilities, hopeful for the future, and I choose to believe that if I do the work, that uh, the progress will come. So at this point, I plan on trying on trusting the process, and sticking with it, sticking with my life skills program, which is about a 48-week program. So probably take me through about a year. Um, and at the same time, just taking steps on my own to better myself as a person, as an individual, um, as a father, son, brother, uncle, friend, worker, uh, Christian, uh, and well, I'm single, so eventually, I guess, hopefully, maybe boyfriend, fiance, husband. But like I said, let's get the I want to get the finances in place first before I start worrying about that stuff. But anyway, yeah, that's where I'm currently at, and hopefully this will be an interesting journey. And so we're gonna see what happens. My struggles, well, one of my main struggles has been consistency or lack thereof. Procrastination, always waiting for till tomorrow, what I can get done today. Uh, Trying to, self medicate to a point. I used to be a pretty regular marijuana user. Never really been a big drinker, but I did find myself um, in some, legal trouble because I, did decide to, drink heavily one night and unfortunately made the foolish decision of getting behind the wheel and was stopped and received a DWI, taken to jail, and yeah, I had to spend the night in jail, and lost my license. With that being said, while that was definitely a major low point in my life, it did lead me, due to, it was court ordered at the time, but it did lead me into drug and alcohol counseling, which forced me to kind of realize that, while maybe what I got caught for was not my issue, or my major issue, it there were other things that I was involved in, as far as, smoking weed, that I did need to get help for, and I needed to get under control, and I needed to come to a place where I was actually dealing with my problems, realizing them and actually facing them, rather than self-medicating and just trying to avoid or forget them. So, like I said, it was something that started off really negative, and as a really negative uh, place and point in my life that has, at the same time, I'm a spiritual person. I believe in God, and I believe that, like I said, even your worst circumstances, God can use, to lead you to better circumstances, and to positive places, if you're willing to open yourself up and allow it to be used to something positive, rather than wallowing in the circumstance itself. So yeah, that those have been some of my issues up to this point. And currently, I'm having some financial issues because it's very expensive when you do get yourself caught up in the court system. And at the same time, I wasn't managing my funds in an efficient or organized manner to begin with. So it was the whole thing was pretty helter skelter as far as how I was operating with my finances, with credit cards, with any loans, college loans, all those things was pretty much just. Um, if I got the bill, I might pay it, I might not. It was never organized. It was never put together in a way where I could keep track of it. So even certain situations led to worse debt, but at the same time, to a point, I was already there because I wasn't organizing. I didn't even know how much I had coming in nor how much I have going out. So uh, yeah, I mean, it's this is a pretty much a life overhaul, which is I'm I'm not as young as I'd like to be at this place as far as making that decision to do those things, but I'm also not too old to learn some new tricks. So uh, I choose to start from where I'm at, and I can't go back and undo or I can't go back and change how the story began, but I feel like I can definitely have a big say in how the story is going to end and how it's going to continue from this point. So, yeah, that's where I'm at.